Will you stand and pledge allegiance to the flag, please? Roll call, please.
Mr. Dole,
Present.
Mr. Niehaus,
Present.
Mr. Heiss.
Present. Okay, I need a motion to approve the minutes for a regular meeting on March 11, 2019.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Any addition or correction?
Not that I know of.
If not, roll call, please.
Mr. Dole,
Yes.
Mr. Niehaus,
Yes.
Mr. Heiss.
Yes. Approval of the minutes for the emergency permanent budget appropriation meeting held March the 30th, 2019. So I have a motion to approve it.
So you're skipping down to the second minutes?
Uh,
The bills, too. Doesn't
Uh,
matter.
normally play the bill
Do the bills
last.
last, okay.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
I'll make that motion.
No, I'll second it.
Any additional correction? If not, roll call, please.
Mr. Dole,
Yes.
Mr. Niehaus,
Yes.
Mr. Heiss.
Yes. Okay, approval to pay the bills as presented.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Any question about the bills? If not, roll call, please.
Mr. Dole,
Yes.
Mr. Niehaus,
Yes.
Mr. Heiss.
Yes. Okay, I guess correspondence, Mr. Doe.
Okay, I got something here from Butler Rural. I believe it's a invitation. Yep. I think you guys probably got the same thing. And then I got a report from Jobs Ohio. It's an annual report. And that's all the correspondence I got.
Mr. Niehaus.
I have none.
Do I have to put your first one in there? The Butler Rural?
Sure.
Okay, it's a, tell me again,
It did.
invitation?
Invitation to their Board of Trustees meeting, business meeting, April 25th.
April 25th,
Correct.
and that's Butler Rural.
Electric Cooperative.
Okay, I made copies of some of this information.
I think Mr. Niehaus is next.
Okay. We got something from called Emergency Response Pipeline Training. I made copy for the trustees, and I also made copy for Jason. They're having a training session on Thursday, May the 9th, from 5:30 to 7:30 on, I guess, the pipeline safety. And I guess that probably be good for somebody from the fire department to go to it, and maybe one of the trustees.
What organization is that?
I thought I gave you a copy, I guess not, so.
Okay.
I go to them all times,
Okay,
Yeah,
so,
I went to this one last year. It's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
It was at Sharonville last year, and yeah, it was pretty good.
yeah, this year, Springfield Township. So, they'll give you, I guess, a dinner, and then after that, they give you the meeting, so it's a 2-hour program, so. And it lists all the different operator and tested gas is one listed on here, so. The other thing, I got a notice from Duke Energy, they asking for a price increase on our gas. So I guess everybody who has Duke Energy probably received this letter. It was dated April the 1st, 2019. So they're asking approval for the regulator to increase the gas prices. I also got something on RPC, which is the Regional Planning Commission. They approved the 2019 Great Parks of Hamilton County Master Plan. So, say if you want more information, you can contact them. So,
Who is that?
RPC, which is Regional Planning Commission.
Can I see that sheet?
Yes. And the last thing I have is a newsletter from the Friends of the Whitewater Seekers. I guess it's come out monthly or maybe quarterly. So, and that's all I have. Okay, the Sheriff Department.
Lieutenant Boeing here. Looks like we only had 88 calls for service in the township for the month of March. One case assigned to our detectives and 2 were actually closed out by the detectives. Looks like we took 2 criminal reports. One was a theft report down on Fernald where the officer followed up a little bit, found a stolen item, which was a AC unit down at the metal shop down the street. Criminal damaging report, and we took 5 non-criminal reports, anywhere from an ADA case to an information report, where one of them was a overdose where Narcan was used. 4 reported auto accidents in the township, and I provided the trustees with the report from Sergeant Raker from the traffic detail. And my understanding, we're going to stay status quo on that, Mr. Niehaus.
Yes, I told Bob didn't know, but he's gonna make copies for us 3 too. We used to get them, Lieutenant Coyle used to make them for us, where you talking about with the,
Yeah, he's got all the run reports.
all the run report, remember we used to get that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll provide you guys a package every month, so
okay, all right.
in case you have any questions.
Thanks, Jim.
Did, you get with the Butler County Sheriffs about the 2 houses?
Yes, we actually got dispatched up there today, and the officer made his way around just quite well.
No, really, you got dispatched up?
I'm sure he was a little confused in the beginning, but I'm sure he pulled out the piece of paper, the email that we sent, so he made it.
Okay, all right.
And I'd like to reiterate, that case that was closed, where the AC unit was stolen out of an abandoned house, if it wasn't for a neighbor, once again, calling in, we would have never known about it, so if they see something, please give us a call, 513-825-2280.
Yeah, I was talking to a lady, in fact, she cut my hair, she lives in Fernald, and she was talking about somebody walking around down there, and I told her, call. If somebody's walking around and it ain't the right, they don't belong there, you call somebody, and so she never, but she said, I told her from now on, you call the sheriffs.
Yep.
If something's not right, and then
Good.
everybody needs to do that, call the sheriffs, and you see something ain't right, because that's how you guys find out, is if somebody sees something going on. Because your neighbor, you know what goes on in your neighbor's yards and the houses, and if something ain't right, you call and try to get them to call you guys to do something about it, but if you wait till it's all over with, it's usually too late.
That's correct. So the guys really do appreciate it, so.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Did you get the airplanes fixed yet?
I wish. That was a good one. It took me a minute there. Thank you.
Okay, I guess we were ready for public at large.
Hi, I'm Melba Gard, from the president of the Crosby Township Historical Society. I'm here to see if we can get the lease signed, if the township trustees have already read it and gone through it, to see if they had any more changes to it, and if not, we can sign it tonight.
Look good to me.
Look good to me.
All right.
Alan
We
did-
need a motion to authorize the signing of the lease.
I'll make the motion to authorize the signing of the lease of the town hall to the Crosby Township Historical Society.
No, I'll second it.
Okay. Any question or comment?
Nope.
Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Dole,
Yes.
Mr. Niehaus,
Yes.
Mr. Heiss.
Yes.
Could you please sign, yes, that. Melba, I'll need you to come over here and sign it too.
So this was a motion to authorize the signing of the lease. Was there more to that?
For the old township hall.
For the old township
the
hall,
old-
Crosby Township Historical Society and Crosby Township Trustees.
It's located on Oxford Road.
To authorize signing of the lease for the old township hall.
It has an address, does it?
Yeah, it does.
Does it? Well, they have an
Yeah.
address, but don't have a lot.
Yeah.
To the Historical Society.
You got one more payment and it'll be ours.
I don't need the address, we know. We only have one old township hall.
It's on the front.
Melba, you'll
It's on there? Okay.
sign the same page.
Give me your pin, Chuck.
Oh.
Just because I'll make it on both of them.
Oh, okay.
So it don't, looks better, all one color ink.
And bring that back to me, I'm finished.
Don't we got,
Same color ink, or?
yeah, don't we gotta notarize this or something?
That's what he's
Yeah,
gonna
I'll-
do.
Okay.
Alan can do that. In 50 years from now, we're gonna make sure you agree to that.
I'll
We
send
might
you
have
a
it.
copy.
Great,
It's gonna help us make the payments on that place.
Yeah.
I just want to thank you for doing that. We really appreciate having it in writing. And are you going to do the proclamation later, or how are you planning on doing that?
We'll do it now and get over it.
Yeah, we can do it right now.
Okay.
So. Proclamation 2019, the bicentennial year of New Baltimore and Crosby Township, Ohio. Whereas the year 2019 is the bicentennial year of the village of New Baltimore, Crosby Township, Ohio. Whereas 200 years ago, Samuel Simon Pottinger, a neighbor of Maryland, purchased 602 acres of land in fractional sections 16 and 17 in southeastern Crosby Township, Hamilton County, Ohio, along the Great Miami River from Stephen Ludlow. A site for a town was surveyed in the southeastern section of fractional section 16 and the southwestern section of fractional section 17, having 123 lots, with lots 72 and 73 set aside for a church. The town plot was recorded on June 21st, 1819, in the Hamilton County Courthouse. The town was named New Baltimore in honor of Baltimore, Maryland. Whereas it is important to celebrate the role of history in our lives and to remember those who had the vision to establish a healthy community for its citizens then and now, in which to raise families, create businesses, to worship, to educate, and to enjoy all that life has to offer. Now, therefore, let us proclaim by the Honorable Chuck Heiss, President of the Crosby Township Trustee Board, Honorable Chris Stowe, Crosby Township Trustees, and Honorable Jim Niehaus, Crosby Township Trustee, that on Monday, April the 8th, 2019, the Crosby Township Trustee Board recognized the bicentennial year of the establishment of the Village of New Baltimore, Crosby Township, Ohio. Duly proclaimed by the Crosby Township Trustee this 8th day of April 2019 while in regular session. Trustees Check House, Chimney House, and Christo.
Up there.
I'd like to present it to the president.
You would always go up here?
No.
We want to thank the trustees for recognizing this milestone for New Baltimore. At least it didn't break the camera.
Brenda, whenever I'm in the picture, it looks
And I just wanted to ask also that has anything been done with the signs yet?
They're up.
about New Baltimore yet?
They're up.
They are up?
Yep.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Let's take Harry's picture
Good
too.
job, Harry.
Thank you, I really
You
appreciate
should
it.
get a picture of Harry next to the sign.
That's all I have.
Any more public at large? No. Okay, I guess we're ready for reports. Alan?
I haven't heard anything more about the litigation between the county and the city since the last meeting. That's all I have.
Harry?
Just one thing, cleanup days are coming, it's gonna be May the 4th and 5th, from 8 to 4. So, everything's ready to go.
May 4th and 5th, is that what you said?
Yes. Oh, whoa, whoa. Yeah, 4th and 5th, yeah.
And you got a tire dumpster?
Yes, one tire, I think I
One
got Keep
tire
America
dumpster.
Beautiful.
Okay.
And, I guess both of you got an email from Byron about the sidewalk in Fort Scott?
Sidewalk on Fort Scott? Yeah.
Did you go look at it?
No, I did
I
not.
went and looked at
I
it.
figured you were. That's your baby.
I know. I went and looked at it, and I just told Harry to get Dave Huseman from Husac to go bust that piece of concrete out and pour it back. Somebody broke it, somebody put gravel in there, I don't know who.
Yeah.
And I asked Harry if he put the gravel in there, somebody knew they broke it or some, I don't know why, can somebody put gravel in there, but it's the, I don't know what they're called, just for the blind, the red part knocked off. And
Yeah, it sounded like it was cracked and broke off. Like,
yeah, I don't know, maybe plow might have hit it when the snow plow, when the snow, but the plow didn't break the concrete, something broke it before, because somebody put gravel in that spot, so. But it is our street,
right.
so.
Is that because maybe a heavy truck went over it? Dump
Probably.
trucks or something?
I'll go look at it tomorrow.
Yeah, it's probably a truck or some, I would say a big truck cut the corner and ran over,
Yeah,
but
that's what I thought, maybe.
what can we do about it, you know?
Yeah.
Nope, just fix it.
Yeah.
So-
Is that the only one you're having a problem with? I wonder if we put only cones out. Did you got a bunch of those? Put those temporary?
Yeah, I'll go look at it in the morning, see.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can fix it.
So I guess if we got any problem with the building or something, you should be notified first and see if you can fix it. Like if it's a plumbing or anything like that, you want to be notified first, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Anything else for Harry? Okay. Jason,
We had 21 EMS details in March, 16 fire details, for a total of 37 details in March. Our fire engine, the driver's side window broke. It slipped off the track, fell down halfway, And as soon as we shut it, it shattered. So we contacted Finley Fire. They've been out to work on our apparatus in the past. They ordered a new window and the parts to replace that, and that's been fixed. With spring starting, spring is here, we'll be starting our spring hydrants program. You'll see crews out there flushing hydrants, checking the hydrants, make sure they're okay. If there's an issue, we'll contact Waterworks, and they'll put it on their list to fix them. Last thing I have, I gave you guys a copy of the letter we made up to better address structures that have long driveways that either don't have a hydrant nearby or structures you can't see from the street down a long driveway. We're going to start a program called the Long Driveway Program, or the Long Lay Program. What that does is our fire truck carries 1,000 feet of large diameter hose that goes to a hydrant to the fire truck. And our surrounding departments also carry 1,000 gallons. So this program, we'll go out there down a long driveway, we'll measure 900 feet, put a small 6x9 sign up saying Fire 1, Fire 2. We go to the furthest place on that long drive, the furthest structure, whether it's a barn or a house. We measure 900 feet down, back towards the street. A sign goes up saying Fire 1. We know from that sign, it's 900 feet to the furthest structure. Continue measuring all the way down. If we come up to 900 feet again, we put a Fire 2 sign up there. That tells us from that sign up the long drive, it takes 2 trucks of hose. What this does is it gives us a heads up. We notify county, we give the information to the county. If a run comes into one of those areas, they can dispatch additional engines, and we know how many trucks it's going to take to get a supply line to the furthest house or to whatever address we're going to. The flyer will be handed out to the residents, explains the program. It explains that it costs nothing to the residents. We'll put up the signs, we'll buy posts from Harry's supplier. We'll make the signs, the reflective letters, so we see them at nighttime. Like I said, they're 6 by 9 inches. The post will be 4 feet off the ground. And then I give you some more drawings of examples of why we do it and what it looks like. That's on our end. Well, like I said, we'll have a list given to the county, so if a run comes in, county can give us a heads up, and they can dispatch additional engines. There's quite a few long driveways or driveways you can't see structures from the main street with no hydrants or hydrants on the street. That's why we're doing this.
Does that include private drives?
Absolutely.
Yeah, your place.
Do you know where I live? You know where the pet cemetery is?
Yeah, I'll help.
The road right there, there are about 8 or 9 houses back there. There's no fire hydrant.
Yeah.
Ours is the first house, so.
We'll be measuring those also and put that information into our computer system and into the Hampton County, so we know, hey, we need to have a total of 4 trucks for this.
I think the residents, the old-time residents say it's, I guess, I don't know if it's a mile or a half, I think it's a half mile. So if you walk to and from, it's a mile, but, so
Yeah.
it's a pretty long drive.
Yeah. We make it 900, and I know we carry 1,000, but we make it 900 because of windy roadways and sometimes to kick it off the driveway to allow more vehicles up there, so that's why we have the buffer of 100 feet.
All right, that sounds good.
Go to
For
this,
us.
you got this with you, this drawing stuff?
Yes,
Did I get a copy of that?
I believe so.
Okay.
These are just examples.
I know.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen, Harrison's got these signs out,
Yeah,
and I go to jobs and I see them, I always try to figure out what that means, because someone will have a 2 at the end of the drive, or someone will have a 1
correct.
on the road, and say like on this 102-22 page, which is Day Road,
Yep,
you got 2 out here where it says 600 feet, and you got a 1 up here to Bend. So what's that mean?
the closest sign to the street, the last sign, closest sign to the street will have how far it is to the next fire sign. So that tells us it's 600 feet to the next fire one sign.
Will it have 600 feet written on the sign?
Yeah, there'll be a small little number on the sign.
I never noticed that, maybe I didn't, that's okay.
They'll be smaller than the actual number themselves, but it'll
Yeah.
tell us we know that we've got anywhere between number 2 and number 1, we have plenty of hose for those houses.
Okay, all right. I just noticed that some of them have 2s and some of them have 1s, I never could figure out why the difference was, okay.
Yep.
You're gonna have to put a lot of signs out in Crosby Township.
There's quite a few long
Yeah.
driveways and roads with no hydrants.
Yeah.
Who's paying for those signs?
We will.
All right.
Now, one thing you gotta make sure of when you're driving these posts in the ground, to make sure you call and have utilities marked. And if you wanna get with Harry, and Harry can give you the number and take you out there and show what you gotta do so you don't drive that post through an electric line or telephone line. Cause, you know, a lot of these private drives got their services, utilities are running up
We
the side
just
of the
had
driveways.
Cincinnati Bell put them in there, you're right.
You know, so to make sure that you don't
Sure.
drive a post through one and, so.
Yep.
And Harry will show you how you do it. Usually you try to draw a white circle where you're gonna drive it at, and you can put an arrow in it. Don't paint on anybody's blacktop or
Correct.
concrete driveway.
Yeah, that would-
Do it in the grass and, so,
Do they come out fairly quick to
20,
survey?
you got 48 hours,
48
2 days
hours,
they got.
yeah.
So,
Okay.
the best thing to do is, like, if you're gonna do like a long, making that so confusing, is hit one street and get it, and so while he's there, he can hit everyone on that street, and then next time get, you know, do another street or something, you know, not just a driveway, but a street where there might be 6 driveways on it or something,
Sure.
and then do it like that, so don't give him one there, then, you know, it's a lot easier if we get, you would know what's all done that way,
Right.
but, all right.
We can do that.
Yeah, it seemed like a real good program. It helped cut down your response time, I guess, total.
It just, it gives us a heads up on how many, on what resources we'll need
Right.
before we get there. And that's important.
Yeah, when you get the end of Auto Estates and you got a 6 there, you're thinking, whoops, yeah.
Yeah, I believe it, I'm right, this is a fire alarm. They will, 911 will notify you and request mutual aid right away.
Yes, once we give the information to the county, anytime we get a run to that area, they'll say, you know, be advised, units, this is a fire 2 sign. So that tells us that they're going to dispatch more trucks, and we know that we need at least 2 vehicles.
That would help the other
Yes.
department too.
It'll put those vehicles on the road quicker than instead of us getting there and then realizing, oh, by the way, we need
Yeah.
2 additional trucks.
Yeah, I think, it's a standard, they want, like 90% of them within 4 minutes or something, if possible. I know in Crosby Township, but not because on the east side, I know travel time would be more, but this would help with that response time
Absolutely.
from 911 call to the time they get on site, so, okay.
Yeah, and once it's done, then you'll have a database of all the different driveways and the
Correct.
different
We'll have, yes.
properties and whatever else. And at the same time, you could probably put an additional column of those that maybe have cisterns that you can, you know, pump from.
Yeah, pools, cisterns, ponds.
Yep, ponds,
Yeah.
yep. Cool.
Now, do you get any kind of report on the time we're talking about, the time they get a 911 call, time they get on site? Is that something that comes through the county? How that work? So
It's-
if you get a
it's kept
call,
There's a tracking of it. When they get the call, they drop the tones to the fire department, and then when we go en route. So, yes, we have, it is kept. Times are kept track of en route to there. Once we clear, how long we've been there, And then for EMS details, squads going to hospitals, they keep track of those times also, to the hospital, at the hospital, and then back available again.
Is that something the county put together for you, or that's something you do by yourself, or?
It's a
What
computer
the-
program. It's just, it's called the CAD system, where it keeps track of everything and timestamps everything.
Okay. Is that something you keep track of?
It's on our reports also, yeah.
Oh. Is that something we can get a hold of to the trustee every quarter, or once a 6 months or something? Or?
Sure.
So I know you got a report, you say how many calls, but I guess the other side of it, how, the response time, how fast you can get to those. And maybe that's any way the trustee can help with that, I'm not sure. So, besides building a new farmhouse on the east side. Okay,
Yeah, we can do that.
okay, thank you.
Community aggravator. So the community aggravators up now.
Brenda,
Hi. Well, I have good news. Last month I reported that we were waiting on the results of 3 grants, and the good news is that I found that I had forgotten one, and we did get 4 grants, and so that was a great month. Harry was modest over here. One of the grants was I have the picture. This is kind of neat. From Otarma for him, it's all kinds of road signs, traffic things that we might need in the case of an emergency or something. That was one from Otarma. The recycling grant from Hamilton County. The Seniors Club is going to get a new bingo set that's for large groups, and so it has larger numbers and makes the whole thing a lot easier. That was from the Butler Rural Community Connection, and they also gave us another grant to upgrade more with our security system here at the community center, and that again was Butler Rural. So we are thankful and grateful to all those who have said yes in the last couple of months. Wanted to tell you that the community health fair is set for Saturday, April 27th. That's the end of the month here at the community center. This is a new thing. It'll run from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. and all the kids at Crosby School will be taking home flyers that explains all about it, and it's being advertised here and there around town. But basically the day will consist of a schedule of activities and little mini workshops, maybe 15-20 minutes of different topics related to healthy living, and there's some family fun activities going on. It's coming together quite well. The real fun draw for this will be that every time a resident or someone participates in anything, they're going to receive a free door prize ticket. Those tickets they will put into a jar in the middle of the grassy area out there, and when it ends at 2 o'clock, we have some door prizes that are cash prizes. So it's going to be good for everybody to participate as much as they can, so their chances will go up, and they will be happy to walk home winners, I think. The only other thing I would add to that is we are probably looking at parking over in the field behind the ball fields there in that area where we do for parades sometimes, and it'll be accessible by the drop-off gate, so just be aware that this place will probably get crowded pretty quickly right up here by the building. And actually, the seniors will probably appreciate having the space to park as well. So that's pretty much what's happening. You can call me if you have any questions, and we're always looking for volunteers, or if there's a presenter out there that would like to be involved, just give me a call and we'll work something out. There's still time to get on board. I will review with you real quickly the upcoming events for seniors. Tomorrow they're going to have lunch at the Sunnyside Grill in Miamitown. Their monthly meeting will be here later with bingo after. They are going to actually have a bake sale at the health fair. They have a trip to Crohn's Conservatory on April 29th with lunch at the Rusty Bucket. There's a May trip planned to go downtown to Sky Star Ferris wheel. They want to ride that again. I thought that was pretty cool last year. We have set a date to go to Parkersburg, West Virginia, which is going to be June the 5th, Wednesday. It's an overnight, and we're going to tour the Island Mansion. I didn't realize until I got involved in this that there is that there is an island in the middle of the Ohio River down there. And it must be pretty neat to see all that. So we'll be staying overnight at the Blennerhassett Hotel, so you can contact me if you are interested. Regarding seniors, one of the last things, the chair volleyball team will be participating in the health fair. They will have folks try that out for something new, as well as their league play for Cincinnati starts this month. Also, Wii Bowling meets every Tuesday at 9:30 here at the center for 3 great games. Line dancing is every Wednesday at the community center at 2:30, and newcomers are always welcome. There you go.
Good news.
Or are we gonna talk about Strickers Grove, or
That's up to you.
about the ticket with the kids at Crosby, or?
If you feel it's appropriate, it doesn't matter to me.
We gotta just make a decision soon.
Do you want me to just share
Yeah,
what's on the floor? Strickers Grove, as you know, will be coming up in I guess it's the 3rd week in May. We haven't started really talking about it yet, but at any rate, the Crosby PTA is trying to figure out a way to collaborate with us to see if there's a way for all the Crosby kids to get to go at a reduced rate, or they're open. We haven't. They didn't exactly give us a proposal, but they just said, "Can you come up with a plan that all their 510 kids can all go?" Which, and how the trustees might want to handle that. It could be they go and it's $2. It could be they go and it's free. They could go and people, they collaborate. The treasury of the PTA wants to pay as, a reduced rate possibly. So it's sort of an open book. I don't know what, where it will land, but those are some of the options. So if you feel like it's something up for discussion, that's fine.
We already have a reduced rate. It's $2 a person. That's where I was like,
I was telling Brenda, my opinion, it ain't no big, I think if we're not in it to make money, I mean, it's.
right,
And
but
basically, we're using their money. My thing is, I would think Crosby kids should go for free. If you can prove you go to Crosby school, let them in for free this year.
do they all have IDs?
Well, you'd have to give them something that they had to bring and show us. that
It's a
they were-
different sort of a ticket.
Yeah, sort of a colored ticket or something that they were from Crosby School. And I don't know, if it wasn't for,
Well, we
if
just,
it wasn't for their parents holding out, that we would have had a school not even here.
true.
We would have been all going down to the high school. I don't know, that's just my opinion. I mean, it's like, they're the Crosby kids, they're
I know, but we try to break even, and we're actually, we end up losing a little each year. I mean,
Yeah, but I think it's a good.
because that's why we've always kept it low, how many different groups would say, well, why aren't you charging $5 or $7 or $8 You say, well, we're trying to do them a deal of $2, so.
I think,
I mean, I
Dang
know
cheap.
I know it's real cheap, but it's like,
Thank you.
1 year will just, I don't know, it don't make any, I mean, that's just my opinion is,
my thought is, I think, like an 8.5 out of 11, and have it like a student name on it, and they say admitting one person, no cash value, something along that line, and you said they're like 500.
Right, there's 510 kids. Probably what we need to do, and we don't exactly have to solve how, because we can work with them about, whether it's a ticket or whatever, is just how you want to proceed with the amount that they would be, they would pay us, or there wouldn't be, it's the money part, I think, that we could solve, and then together with Patty and whomever at the school, we can figure out how to, make it accountable so it works, whatever your decision is.
Right.
It's May 19th,
I don't want to
too.
check a list of names, though, because they're kind
Nah, I
I
could
don't want to
think-
walk in and hand us
What's
something.
up?
Right, just hand you
Yeah,
something.
go in,
Yeah.
go in.
It's got to be
So,
easy and
If you
quick
had a
and
different
accountable.
colored ticket.
Yeah, I think the easiest way would be a ticket, you know, a ticket that
Looks
you
different,
couldn't just buy at
Different.
whatever.
that you couldn't buy, right?
Right. And then what we want is when they're coming through, we want it to go fast. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't want to be,
Well,
I left my ticket at home.
Right.
you know,
And how did you decide how you wanted me to proceed to contact the president of the PTA?
I
Or
think,
is that up for discussion still?
I think we're
didn't-
still discussing it.
I'm sorry, I was afraid I missed it. It's okay.
I think we can make it free for the kids and charge the parents $4.
They won't come in.
What do you think of that?
They won't come in and we'll have all the kids, Chris.
I don't know, just,
Well,
you know,
the other idea is if we give a paper to the student and they come in and then it's PTA said they want to pay for that or a discount, whatever. So if we take in more money than what we spent, then we can give the PTA a discount instead of $2, maybe knock off 10% or 25% or whatever. Or get maybe $1 instead of $2. So I think, you know, ever since I've been here, I think every year we spend more money than what we're cooking on except for 1 year. So, and you never know about the weather. If there's rain or something, they're going to be real costly because people get going to come when it's raining. So, or if there's other things happening that day. So, but I don't know. $3 or $1 or $2, and then see if we get more income than what we spend. Maybe give the PTA a special discount rate or something. But we won't know that until after the
right,
fact.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
If we give every kid a colored ticket, however many that do come that day, we'll collect them all, and then we go and we charge a
Like say,
PTA however much per.
say half.
Half,
So
okay.
say 500 kids come.
I doubt.
It's $250 for the PTA, so they'll feel good about,
You know,
You know,
it'd be
they've-
$500 for PTA.
It'd be 500.
I'm sorry, yeah, $500.
Right.
Maybe make it quarter. I think, I don't know, I don't really have a say, but like, say $250 out of the PTA's pocket would make them feel good that they've, you know, somewhere in that ballpark.
That's fine.
You was part of the PTA. I mean, I never was, so I have no idea what kind of money that they got. I mean, it seems to me that they're always struggling to get money to
Yeah.
do stuff, and it's,
Right, well, they spend it as soon as it comes in. They buy books
Yeah.
for the library, they built the shelter, they do whatever else.
Yeah.
They spend it right
They
away.
got scholarship, right?
So what would be
scholarships.
what would be an
Scholarship.
amount that you would think would not break the bank, so to speak, like 200 to
Like
250?
250.
Yeah,
They don't have the ham and turkey dinner anymore.
Yeah.
really.
yeah, that's why I think, why do we want to take any money from them?
And I will just say too, they were very gracious in their request. It was like, is there something that we can do because we would like to make it available to every child at Crosby School this year. We will be happy to come up with a way to pay something, or if there's some type of discount. So she kind of opened it up, but was very warm and gracious about how that it could be handled. So I think they will be happy with whatever we come up with, and if it's less than the $2 they would have paid anyway. I thought it was nice that they were looking for the first time approaching us to say, we want all the kids to go. We've often taken the flyers there hoping that they would go, and now they're trying to more or less promote it for Crosby kids, and I thought that was good.
So maybe even, maybe $125. We just make it come out to whatever the number is, just say, this is what you owe us. And the reality is, not that we're thinking this way, but I think if you do this, more people are gonna come that are paying. I mean,
True, if you get the whole family to come. in.
exactly. So I don't think we have to wait until we see how much money was brought in. I think it's just it's gonna be close to a wash. With extra people are gonna come that wouldn't normally come, and we're gonna get $125 back, so the PTA is gonna, it just sounds like, it sounds like a nice thing to do, especially, as you said, when they were instrumental in getting that levy passed, and they're looking at the enthusiasm of a new school, and I think it's a nice thing for us to do. Now, doesn't mean we have to do it every year, but this might be a good time to
Try it out.
cut them a break. And maybe we'll have really good weather like we did the one year when we actually brought in more money than we paid out, and it's all good, so.
I'll sweeten the pot, I'll throw in 50 cents a kid. And then whoever, how many kids show up, I'll pay 50 cents to the.
Yeah, I think,
To the PTA, that's very generous of you.
yeah, I think we need control about
Our township ain't broke. You know what I mean?
But he's being very gracious.
And we're talking about pennies here, you know?
Yeah, I know.
It's like, just let them come in for free, and it's no
Yeah.
big deal. I mean, people have fireworks they blow off in townships and blow $20,000 in 15 minutes, it's gone, they see it, it's gone. We have these kids for hours, you know what I mean? They get an hour's worth of fun for ours. I just think it's something neat that the kids will always know that they got to go to Stricker's Grove, you know, for free, one day a year, and I don't know, it's just something they'll remember about Crosby Township, you know what I mean? It's like, we're different than other townships. They have 4th of July stuff. We don't have a 4th of July thing
True.
or nothing. We have Crosby Days, and I think them kids would rather come to Crosby Days than they would rather go look at fireworks blowing up for 15 minutes and go home. You know what I mean? It's like, that's just my opinion. It's like we're bickering over a couple $100 here. And and the worst thing, it's their money. They all give it to us, to you.
I think, I like to see maybe take a acre and a half, cut it in half and say, put your student name, say, you're invited to a free day at Crosby Day on 60 Grove and a date. And that way, when we get there, we know how many people come, and if they bring their family and their friends and from other township or city.
Kind of like a Willy
Way more
Wonka
people,
chocolate factory little
Golden ticket.
ticket. I think it'll add to the excitement, and there is excitement. We've all worked when they
Yeah.
come in. Generally, the parents are as happy as the kids because the price is so low. But I think this gives just extra incentive to have, like you said, like a special little card, whatever you want to call it, for those kids.
Got to make it something that they can't be copied.
Right.
Right, I will be able to
You know what
work.
I mean? We got to come up with some kind of a card that them kids will be the only ones with it. You can't have somebody printing off 300 of them.
Sure. I
Maybe
think,
not put sponsored by Crosby Township, and if somebody else want to donate money, we can put sponsored by Crosby Township and ABC Company or whoever, and put it right on there, saying, Reindeer Rump, you know, you got the T-shirt on the back and, you know, who to donate money. And you could do the same thing here. If somebody want to donate some money or a business, I know Jim Niehaus got a business, and I'm sure he would donate $1,000 or something.
well,
Good idea that if somebody want to donate,
I rent the whole park until everybody
I
stays
feel
home.
confident that if I meet with the school, I'm going to take the flyers out anyway for the health fair. There will be an easy way to solve. And we may not. They may have things that are already printed. I mean, there's probably lots of things we don't know. An easy way to solve the 500 kids. Do you feel that then the end? Do you have to make a motion? It's going to be that you're going to let them go for free. Is that what the bottom line of this? Is that what I hear you saying?
That's what I'm asking. I don't
yeah,
know.
I think
Decided on.
Yeah.
if I can bring more
All right.
people in, and
Sounds good. Yep, I will be happy to do that. And the other thing I was thinking about when you're talking about how much fun they have, I think the parents and the families just love all those donated, prizes and door prizes and things that we give away every half an hour for 8 hours. They absolutely look forward to the donor board.
So, let me make this clear now. Dennis Hive just said he get 50 cents per kid. So you can get him, well, counting kids, that's how much he's got to donate for door prizes.
There you go.
He's there when we need him, okay? Thank you, Mr. Hyam.
He donates anyway, so we always thank you for your donations.
You think you get a cheap wristband somewhere?
Maybe.
You probably could.
Something like that?
Yeah,
Well,
that's a good
Strickers
idea.
probably has them.
Strickers has them.
Yeah.
Farm, when we do it Farm
Yeah.
Bureau, they have wristbands for us.
But you give each one of the kids that.
Yeah,
that
each one of the
card.
kids
Right.
gets a wristband,
They got to
and
walk in
bam.
with a wristband and get,
Yep, done. Don't do-
Nice. Good going there, Mr. Dole. That'll take care of all the paperwork.
All the paperwork,
Just wear your wristband. We got it. And it's May 19th,
May 19th.
right? I rest my case. Done.
Good.
we got to make a motion on that or anything? Anything we got?
I make a motion that we'll allow the student at Crosby Township a free day at 60 Grove on Crosby Day.
Crosby Elementary.
Crosby Elementary students free at
Crosby
Crosby Grove on
Elementary,
Crosby
yes.
Day.
Right.
Second?
I'll second it. Which they got to be a Crosby Elementary student.
Right. They make up something, the student names that we're going to have 50 down John Smith coming in. So, and maybe the teacher, somebody can sign it or whatever, or the PTA president or something. So, and
Roll call.
any other cost, any other thought?
Roll call?
Roll call,
Mr. Dole?
Yes.
Mr. Niehaus?
Yes.
Mr. Heiss?
yes. And hope it don't rain. Okay, anything else? Okay, Bob, first.
Yes. Lately, there's been new attention to Ohio government credit cards, and I was looking over the article. In 2017, $1.2 million on these credit cards was either stolen or misspent. And they gave some examples. They really just gave two examples. One was a wrongful charge of $84,331. Another was for $724,239. If you add those up, that's about 2/3 of the 1.2 million. So to me, it's almost, it's that one bad apple, so to speak. But anyway, what this caused us to do was to take a closer look. Crosby Township has had a credit card policy for some time, and I looked it over, and I also did some numbers from 2018. Basically, we have two cards. One is a general credit card, and the other one is specific to a supplier. And for the general credit card in 2018, the total amount charged was $2,377.69. That's for the entire year. For the specific supplier, which is a just items that you need day to day to do business, our total was $728.91. So for Crosby Township, we spent about $3,000 through our credit cards last year. And that's not unusual because many of our suppliers are repeat suppliers, and I don't know if it's the honor system is the right term, but basically we order something and they bill us later. There are some instances where we'll go to a different supplier, or it's just more convenient to use a credit card, but the reality is Crosby Township people who use our credit cards are very frugal, and they're very, it's kind of a last resort for them. So we have a credit card policy in place. Every use requires receipts that are checked and approved by the trustees and the fiscal officer, me, before payment is made. So no bill of $30,000 is going to come before me and these gentlemen and pass. So I don't know how it happened in the other instances, but our credit card policy is working, and I'm satisfied with it. And the other thing is our general credit card has low monthly limits. So you can't possibly order, I forget the numbers, but I think it's maybe $500. Brenda, do you remember some of those numbers?
Oh, I was going to say is just to clarify, each department has its own little limit, own little card, and what you're hearing now is everybody's
Right,
total,
exactly.
which, isn't that much. But yes, I think the 500 is for like the community center, this area for what I have, and for the.
I think maintenance is
I think
1,000
this is
or
1,000.
something, I believe.
I think
So.
zoning is yours.
I think they're all 500 except one 1,000. So, I think it's nice that, the state is implementing these safeguards, but we're pretty much covered as it is. It's not going to happen. I mean, Mr. Niehaus pointed out just briefly before the meeting, the only person that could possibly abuse it is probably me. And I don't even think that's possible because I have a limit also. So, and I'm not going to do that. So anyway, that's my sort of research on what they want us to do credit card wise and what we have in place credit card wise, and I think we're fine.
So, yeah, I thought we were required to adopt a more restricted credit card policy. I thought that was passed by the state law or something. So I know we're going to spend much, like you say, a couple $1,000, but that's something probably if the auditors come in and if you're going to adopt a new policy, they're going to be ruled up. So, but you can argue that only a couple $1,000, but the only thing I like to see on the credit card itself, the card itself says tax exempt, because we do get charged sale tax, and we got the form, you should take that form with you, and when you charge something, I think at Home Depot, for example, we got an account set up there. If we charge on their account, they're going to charge sale tax. If they do, we can take it off the bill. But if you go through a credit card and we get the bill, you can't take the sale tax off of it because it went through so probably be more control as you get new cards that say tax exempt right on the credit card.
Okay. I think our cards are
I think that can
coming
be done.
due this summer, and so that's, I guess we could request that they actually put that on there, and then we don't have to fight that tax battle. That's a good
Yeah,
thing.
if we can leave it policy as is, but like I said, I think they probably get rolled up on the next audit because they're looking for a more restricted policy, regardless of how big you are.
All right.
So,
I'll look at it again, but,
okay. Not my understanding, so.
okay.
Okay, Rick.
We only had issued 4 zoning permits last month. But I do have some comments to make. I've got some problem properties, and I haven't done this before, but I need the trustees to declare a nuisance to these properties. All of them are junk cars. The reason I'm asking you to do this is because I had a conversation with one of the sheriff's deputies in which I can write a ticket, and I used to be able to give it to that sheriff deputy, and they would serve that ticket. But the last comment I had is that I have to go along with that sheriff, and I'm not willing to do that. That was the whole point of the tickets, that I could write and then have the sheriff issue those tickets. I don't know if it was you I had talked to or another gentleman, but I don't know if he hit it right or not. But in the past, we'd have a sheriff deputy. I can issue a ticket, basically same thing that you have a speeding ticket, but I can't serve it. I have to have a deputy serve it, and they used to take it and serve it. Actually, they didn't have to. Once they knocked on the door and said, look, we're going to give you a ticket unless you get rid of this junk car, do whatever. Usually they got rid of the junk car before they got the ticket. That's how we kind of handled it. But now I've got some problem properties. I write them letters, and they don't do anything. And so I've got two alternatives. One is to issue the ticket and have the sheriff serve it. The other alternative is the trustees pass a resolution, but then once you pass a resolution, they get another letter. But it also says that if you don't get driven by a certain date, the township comes down and we tow the cars. But the township has to pay for that. So that's the dilemma I'm in right now. And I'm just looking for some help with that. As to how far you want to go, as far as the township's willing to go, as far as going on these properties and towing these cars.
Is that something Officer Peak, his job
I'm
description?
not sure who he talked to.
I mean, is that something his new job description, is that under that or not?
Brian Peak worked for the, basically worked for the environmental.
Yeah, is that,
He wouldn't mess with junk cars, he
Okay.
wouldn't work with tires and
I didn't know that.
landfill violations. That would fall under an ordinance that the township, I'm assuming, I don't know all your ordinances.
No, I'd have to look at the nuisance ordinance, but we do have one.
Yeah.
I'll just have to review it, because we haven't, I don't know the last time we used it, so,
We haven't.
yeah. Okay, well, it's always the first time.
Yeah.
He is correct, though, the township would be liable, you would pay whoever took that car, you'd be paying them up front and try to get back to the residents. So you would have to cost that.
Well, even when they go to tow, I think the police are there anyway, along with the towing service. And the township then has to put a lien on the property to get the money back. That's the one way to do it. But see, years ago, we had set it up so that I could write a ticket, and I give it to the sheriff takes it to the homeowner, and then they either get a ticket and it goes just like traffic court, or they take care of the problem. But I haven't had to do that in a number of years. So I was just trying to touch base again, and like I said, I talked to that other officer, and when he said that I have to go with him, I said that was the whole reason that I don't want to go knocking on doors.
I'll ask around who talked to you, and then I'll ask a couple questions from guys who worked out here a little bit and see what the past practice was.
Well,
Okay, I'd appreciate that if you could help me out with that.
yeah, I just,
Just let me know what you want to say.
I'll give my opinion. Declare them a nuisance, I'll tow them. I'm tired of looking at some of these. You know, I know you've been trying, so it's
Well,
just,
I've got 4 properties, and let me show you what this is.
sick of them.
This is the form that I would fill out, but a resolution has to be passed by the trustees for each one of the complaints. So I've got 4 of them. And so that has to be done at a public hearing.
Yep.
Okay. And Gene's typing them up right now to see if he's finished with them. Should I present them to you tonight, or you want to wait?
It gets a letter, isn't it? I mean,
I'm sorry.
I gotta start a letter. You get a letter and you sign it, and I don't know. Is it a form or?
Well, she's typing these up, so you understand the addresses I'm dealing with, and each one of them has a,
How many cars are we talking?
I'm sorry, what?
How many cars?
4 addresses.
Just one?
Cars, let's see, the one place has about 6, the other one has 1, the other has about 4, and the other one has 2. mean, this letter would go out to that homeowner again,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have to give him so many days again to get rid of him. And then if nothing happens, then it comes back to the township as to how they want to handle it.
So we need
You've already sent them each one of these already.
A couple of them,
just a form.
not
letter.
that particular form.
Just a
but
form
Just
letter,
a-
or letter
the-
from
I
him.
have letters.
The letters, yeah. This is what we made up when you got to be licensed to do it, right?
Correct, I got that off, yeah,
Yeah.
off of the, another township.
I mean, I'm the same way. If you've sent them notices and stuff and
Nothing's happening,
nothing's happening,
so we need 4 resolution numbers.
4 resolution numbers and we'll get them towed and put it on their taxes. It's the only way to do it. I mean, we gotta start doing something,
Right.
you know?
So I guess,
We can't keep playing these games, you know, where I've got rid of
Yeah.
that car, this is a different car
Yeah.
thing. You know, it gets.
Well, I mean, I've got one that says, yeah, I got them licensed, but then they're 10-day tags and they're switching licenses around in the cars, but they're still inoperable. And even if they're licensed and inoperable, they can't stay.
And I guess you could get, now, could he get somebody from the sheriff's office to pull up there and run the license plates and see if it's for that vehicle?
I don't know if it is, they're on private property, long as, what, I don't know what your definition of a junk motor vehicle is for this township.
It's one unlicensed, the other one it's inoperable, and which has been sitting there for over 30 days. I know which ones they are. They've been 30 years.
Normally the inoperable are pretty obvious.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, it ain't somebody's car that you're gonna work on and, it's just,
Well, you know, that's one thing. They work on them and they're done and gone, but these sit, you know, it's,
I mean, I don't know where they're at. I mean, which ones you're talking about, but it ain't just somebody's car they bought to redo or something like that, or,
no,
okay,
no, these aren't definitely.
okay, that's what,
Well, I trust Rick, that
Yeah.
I don't need to know exactly where they are. If he says he has
yeah.
4
Well, I don't want
problems,
to come get
we
my
need
car
to.
in my driveway. I'm gonna try and get the wife's car.
Yeah.
You just gotta push yours around every once in a while.
We're on resolution number 8. So if we want to do that, 8, 9, 10, 11 would be the,
Well, let me see if I can get these addresses if Gene's finished with it. If you wanna do it tonight, otherwise it'll be next meeting.
I'll just get it going.
Let's get her going. We can just, you want to just move on, Chuck, and
yeah, I guess go old business. Mr. Doe,
I have none.
Mr. Niehaus?
Yeah, I have none.
Okay, going back, was that last month, we had the meeting, township meeting with, Steve Cobbett. And one thing that we brought up was, Fernald Preserve do not pay taxes, but they pay, payment in lieu of taxes.
Right.
And at that meeting, that was brought up that Carter Township had not received any money for a while. It turned out the last time we got money was in 2016 for the year 2013. Well, since that time, I guess I'm not sure Steve Cobbett or whoever office or one of our residents start asking, I guess, the manager over at Fernald Preserve about it, and I determined that there was money paid, I guess, to the county, and somehow it never got forward to us. So we finally got money in March for 2014, 2015, 2016, and the total amount was $13,416.57. So I thought that report, I gave you guys a copy of it. So
what was that total?
13, you don't want to give me
I
a
know,
copy.
but I'm just,
$13,416.57.
4, 16, 57?
Yeah, 13416.57.
Okay, I got it, thank you.
Um,
Oh, I don't have to look it up.
that gonna come in every year, but I guess it come out of the federal government and then they pay it every so often, so. That
Every
was the
3
first time we
years.
got paid in,
They
what,
pay
3
you
years?
PILT money every 3 years.
It was, 2016 was the last time, and I believe 2013.
Well, for 2013.
So I had a hard time tracking it down because it was so far
Yeah,
back, and it wasn't labeled for null at that time. Tammy from the auditor's office helped us with that.
yeah,
It
that,
seems to be every 3 years as far.
yeah, that amount was $5,715.45. That was for 1 year, so I guess every year around this summer, I guess in the second half, taxes come in, I guess we can ask about it and follow up with, maybe the county auditor or, the manager over at, Funal Preserve. Because they seem to know what's going on over there.
Okay.
So we may check with them first. Yeah. But, we don't really know why we get paid every 3 years, but we finally got the money in, so. That's the only thing I have for old business. Okay. New business, Mr. Doe,
I have no new business.
Mr. Niehaus.
I have no new business.
Okay, a couple of things came to my attention. We got, I think I gave you copies of it. I guess Texas Gas was supposed to put in the second compressor by March of 2019. And they asked the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission to delay that by 2 years. Now, well, they got it set it for 1 year, so now they have until March 24th, 2020 to put in the second compressor of Texas Gas. And then we probably will get additional taxes in 2021. So, but we don't know how much more, but we should see an increase in taxes from Texas Gas in 2021.
And I've talked to the guys over there, the reason they're putting another one is the one that's over there's too big.
Is it keep it?
They're putting a smaller one in because they're having to do too much work changing valves because it can't keep running at full go. So they want to put a smaller one in so it'll run continuous and keeping a steady flow instead of valving all the time. So then later on, then they'll use the big one is what they're talking about doing.
So they get
It's not, the demand's not there for the size of the one they got over there, and they gotta keep running around changing valves and running higher than low than this one. To put a smaller one in, it'll run continuous, the way I understand.
so they're gonna leave the other one in. They're not taking it out, right?
They're not taking nothing out, no.
Sound like somebody didn't plan very well, did they?
Well, you don't never know what to,
Now they're ready for everything once they get the little one.
yeah. That's what I understand from talking to them guys over there. I see them at lunchtime once in a while. They're trying to get me to put an application in.
And the other thing is, I talked to Brenda, I guess, April 13th, WestJet, Cop and Swift set up something on Saturday, April 13th from 9 to 1. They're going to have 2 speakers come in. They're going to be here at Crosby Township Community Center. And one of them going to talk about the firefighter PTSD. And then they're going to have some nurses from Ohio State University talking about union trafficking. So that's going to happen Saturday, April 13th. And this Saturday, I guess they're going to have maybe around 30 people. I guess we're invited if you want to come to it, so.
So they're gonna talk about MSD, and what was the other thing?
No,
uh,
not
let me get a
MSD.
copy. Jason, you aware of that?
They're gonna talk about, PTSD, PTSD, and human trafficking, not MSD.
Wow.
And the only other thing, WestJet was supposed to have their meeting last Thursday, and they perform it to this Thursday on April 11th at 5:30. It's a quarterly meeting, the WestJet meeting. That will be down,
So they did not have the meeting last Thursday?
no, that will be this Thursday
It's gonna be this Thursday?
at 5:30. Yeah, be down at Miami Town. It's open to the public, so. That's all I have.
I'm sorry, you done with
Yes, so,
I've been talking to Rick about this. I think in reading this, we need to have a written resolution declaring each of these properties a nuisance, and it has to be attached to what we send them. I don't think we're prepared tonight to have a written resolution. I think we need to do this at the next meeting,
okay.
okay?
Let's keep it legal. Do it right. That's why Alan's sitting here.
So y'all have 4 of them for the next meeting, right? I-
Separate resolutions.
Are you preparing those, or Bob will give you his numbers, or?
I'll prepare them. I need to get from Bob, which is the first.
Resolution 08-2019, and then it'll be 09 and 10 and 11.
Okay.
2019. Should we give the addresses here in case any of these people watch the video? They might move them before.
I don't think you should.
Could you send letters out on these people before, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We got copies of the letters with that.
Oh, okay, so if they are listening, they probably know they got letters, and they might do something.
I have files.
Oh, okay.
Files.
Okay, any other suggestions?
Nope.
I guess, I made a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Mr. Dole,
Yes.
Mr. Niehaus, Mr. Heiss,
Yes.